Money's moving to me. I'm a millionaire. Money better cases. I ain't gotta chase it.
Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? Happy Wednesday to you all. I hope that you've had an amazing day thus far. I can't believe it's already Wednesday. This week is going by so super fast. Oh my gosh, this whole month is going by fast. But in any case, if you're watching me live, go ahead and let me know where you're watching from. Rep your city, rep your country. Let me know where in the virtual building you are watching me from on tonight. Let me know who is here. Let me know who is here. Rep your city, rep your country. Let me know who's in the building. And listen, I don't plan on being long before you tonight at all, but I did want to come on here to share something that I know is super powerful. And once you can unlock this key, as you see in the title of this broadcast, you can literally have anything. You can have whatever you like. Literally with this one word. So if you're watching live, go ahead and chime in. Let me know who's here. I'm going to go ahead and get started with my intro as I always do. My name is Sharita Leon. I went from being a homeless, disabled, single mom to a two-time #1 best-selling author with books that were on the bestsellers list for over 2 years straight. I'm also a life, relationship, and business coach, an internet marketing strategist, entrepreneur, international speaker, and the protege of the legendary Les Brown, a Forex trader and investor. And I empower my tribe to live their God-given purpose while creating wealth and have healthy relationships. I'm also a believer, and my faith is exuded in all that I do. So welcome, everyone. Tonight, I wanted to come on here to share a word with you that I know literally is like the magic word, a word that can transcend time, economic backgrounds, any and all things by one particular word. Who can guess what the word is? I want to know, can you guess what the word is? If you can, go ahead and type it in the chat. But let me tell you why this even came to my mind to speak to you all about tonight. So, because I know I'm in a season of stretching myself, there are certain things that I know I have to do to go from one level to another level. And this one word here has been proven to literally create all things. Literally, all things are possible to them that what? Believe. And there you have it, ladies and gents. That is the word. If you can believe. Now, this is the thing. Many people know this word. We hear it all the time. In fact, we hear it so much that we've gotten to a place where, it doesn't mean much to us anymore because it's like, oh, okay, yeah, believe. Disney has been telling you that since a child. And so it goes through one ear and out the other. But then you also hear it a lot in the faith-based world, in Christianity, in different religions. Now, the problem is that most of us actually don't know how to believe. Like, we hear the word, it sounds nice, we say we have it, we say we believe, but the truth is, many of us don't know how. And so, one of the things that I am doing right now, especially because I know the level of magnitude I'm being stretched to, I'm working on my belief. See, one of the things that you have to understand about believing is that it is intentional. You can't believe without being intentional because there are certain things that you have to do. There are habits that you have to create in order to believe. Because as you are believing, there should be work, there should be actions that prove your actual belief. And so since I am growing in my belief, I have to stretch myself. So there are two things that I'm working on now. Outside of the physical things, because we get to do a lot of working, like you'll write the books, you'll do the research, you'll try to get the loans for your business, you'll try to do all these other things outwardly. But the reason why there are people that may be less skillful than you, that are maybe not as intelligent as you, but have better results, is because they have a bigger belief system than you. And because they have a bigger belief system than you, they're able to actually have more things manifest in their lives because they believe while you're out there doing the work. I had a conversation with one of my business partners the other day. And one of the things that she kept saying was how she was really overwhelmed and overworked. And I had to tell her, I said, well, you have to watch the words that you're speaking. Because if you're constantly talking about how overworked you are and overwhelmed you are, the fruit of your labor is going to match what you're saying. So while you could be doing the same system as everyone else, you could be doing the same work as everyone else, but you're the only person not getting the results. And the reason why you're not getting the results is because the energy behind what you're doing is contradictory to what you're actually doing. So this is why someone else can come and do the same thing and 10x their results because they actually believe in what they're doing. They're not speaking words that are contrary to their actual belief. And so let's look at the definition of what believe is according to our good friend Google. Okay, so it says accept something as true, feeling sure of the truth. So let's say that again. Accept something as true and feel sure of the truth. I'm going to talk about that feeling part in a minute. When you believe something, you accept it as a truth. When your parents named you, you accepted it as a truth. There was no option. They called your name time and time again. You responded to it. So now you know, even before you got to the age of looking at an actual birth certificate, you knew that your name was whatever it was because you accepted it as true. Well, that's what it is for believing. When you are believing, whether for a certain income bracket, believing for a spouse, believing to impact lives, believing for whatever it is you want to believe, it has to be accepted as a truth. But see, what happens oftentimes is that we don't have the physical evidence to align with our belief. And so we tend to doubt. We'll go in and out with it. And so for some people, because they don't know how something is going to manifest, they automatically just count it as null and void. Let me give you an example. So I told you all earlier on that because I am being stretched in different levels, there are higher goals and things that I want to achieve and in a short period of time. I'm ensuring that I grow and build my belief up. And one of the ways I do that is by reading certain books, listening to certain audios to help me accept the truth of whatever it is that I say I want. And so one of the books that I'm reading right now is The Magic of Thinking Big. Now, I've listened to this audio before in times past, but now reading it again is taking things to a different level. In conjunction with this book, I'm also reading a book called Believe Bigger by Marshawn Evans Daniels. And I want to read to you a sentence that I highlighted from this book because it is so powerful because most people stop at this point. And so it says, when you believe I can do it, the how to do it develops. When you believe I can do it, the how to do it develops. Which then means you don't have to know how something is going to happen. You literally don't have to see the manifestation. You don't have to have the blueprint. All you need is to believe, accept it as a truth, and everything else aligns to get you there. Now, naturally, that makes no sense. Naturally, it's like, how in the world is this going to make me have millions of dollars if that's what you're believing for? Or how is this going to make me have a great business? How is this going to make me attract the right people into my life? How is this going to do that just by believing and accepting it as true if I don't know where to go and what to do? Because your belief is so powerful that it aligns you with what God says about you and what He's shown you. And your belief goes from your mind into your heart, and now you become the very thing that you believe. This is why the word says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, because you become what you think about, you become what you believe. And so as you believe, you start to speak your belief. And as you're speaking your belief, those words literally are seeds in the ground. And with every seed that is planted, it has to bring back a harvest. And so your belief literally is allowing you to sow those seeds to bring you a harvest. And you don't know who is going to be to help you, how it's going to align. But because you've put the energy out into the universe, your faith, your belief now comes into manifestation. So for example, you could be believing right now for a partnership in your business. And so you could just be talking on the phone one day and you're sharing your vision with someone else. And while you're out and about, you're sharing your vision, there comes some random person that's listening to you. Now, you don't know who this person is, but they're listening to you, and you don't even know that they're looking for someone just like you with your skill set and with your vision to align and partner together. But because you were at the right place at the right time, having the proper conversation, someone else hears you and now they want to partner with you. I'm not telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know. I've lived this. I remember years ago, my father and I were living in Atlanta, and we were about to embark on a new business endeavor. And so we were talking about it, we were watching videos on it, we were overly consuming ourselves with this new information. And one day, some random stranger rings my dad's doorbell. I don't remember what the man came there for, what he was doing. I'm not sure. I don't know if he wanted to come into the gallery because my dad owned an art gallery. I don't know what it was. But this man comes and we get into conversation and then we talk about the business. Well, the man is super excited about it. He sees it, he sees the vision, and he says, great, I'll invest. A total stranger, I need y'all to hear me. A total stranger happens to be walking by on the street, sees my dad's gallery, rings the doorbell, get into different conversation. The man is there for hours now. We even have dinner and everything. He now invests in the business, and now we got in business from what we believed. Now, this same man that looked nothing like us, if you get what I'm saying, and here he was and ready to sign the dotted line. How did he get to us? How did this man randomly come to our street and find our establishment? From our belief. Us believing that we were going to get this thing done. Us overly consuming ourselves. See, this is the thing. You have to get obsessive when it comes to building your belief. And whatever that thing is, whether it's your particular business, being obsessive about learning your product, your compensation plan, whether that's learning how to build in personal development, how to speak to people, whatever field you are in and whatever it is you are believing for, you have to become obsessive with it, literally listening to it all day and night until it literally becomes who you are and you have accepted it as a truth. There are things right now, if I'm honest, in my life that I really want, I have a strong desire for, but the belief has not fully manifested yet. And because the belief has not fully manifested yet, it shows up in my endeavors. It shows up in how I show up and how consistent I show up. Because while I have the desire, the belief is not strong enough to wither when I have up and down moments about it. And so what do? I overly obsess with the vision. I have to shut things down sometimes to literally get my mind into a state of belief where all I'm doing is focusing on the very thing that I desire. Because the truth is, success is more spiritual than it is natural. The word believe itself is spiritual more than it is natural. And so when you're able to believe in something, to accept it as truth, you then move on to the other part of the definition, which is to feel. And so it says here, accept something as true and feel sure of it. To feel sure of it. Feeling is one of the biggest part in believing and manifesting. If you want to manifest anything in your life, you first have to feel it. You have to get yourself into a state where you can feel it as if you have the brand new car. If your goal is to have a new car, you have to feel yourself in the car. Feel yourself driving it. Feel yourself driving on the bumps. Feel yourself swerving through the potholes on the ground. Like, you have to feel it before you can actually manifest it. And the word says here in the definition of believe, to feel sure of. To feel sure of. Do you feel sure about what you say you actually believe? Or do you just want something? Do you have a really great desire for it? Because there's a grand difference. Do you have a great desire for something, or do you believe that you already have something? This is also why the scriptures say, when you're praying, believing you already receive it and it's done. As you're praying for something, you believe that it's already done. That means you've accepted it as a truth already. And so now all we do is focus on that belief. Now, the things of life will come to try to deter you from the actual belief. This is when distractions come. Distractions can be your bills, your late bills. Distraction can be people in your life acting crazy. Distraction can be sickness. Distraction can be being laid off from your job. There are so many different distractions that come, and they come to have you doubt. And if you can doubt, then you now segue your insecurities and now your reasoning to take you away from actually believing. See, right now, I'm not looking at the fact that I'm speaking to a screen. Right now, I know that what is it I'm speaking, what is it I'm teaching is a seed in the ground for the nations that will hear what I have to say. This is a seed that others can come back and look to years later and say, well, Sharita's been teaching on this. See, for many, they have to find the people now to look at them. They need to have the thousands of views and thousands of people watching them now. But for me, it's already done and established in the universe. And so I don't wait for the manifestation. I show up. This is the very same thinking that allowed me to manifest a Les Brown in my life. The same thinking and feeling and believing that allowed me to go and travel and tour with him. This is the same believing, the same strategy that brought me to the luxury apartment that I live in now in New York City. And so the strategies, the principles work with any and all things in life. And so this is why you have to remember where you've come from and what you've been able to manifest in times past, because the same way you did it then, certainly it'll be able to happen again, but you just might have to grow. And you don't stay concerned by what you see. And that's where it gets really hard for most people. I remember growing up, my mom used to say all the time, when I see it, I'll believe it. My mom used to say all the time, when I see it, I'll believe it. But the truth is, it's the opposite. Because I see it, or because I believe it, I see it. And so while I believe, my believing brings it into the natural realm where I can see it, feel it, touch it, and grab it. So right now, are you willing to challenge yourself to build your belief for the new job, for the new business partners, for the new grants, right? For the great grades at school, whatever it is that you're believing for, are you willing to take the time to believe? Because believing takes work. Believing takes work. Hey, Nana. And so what believing takes work, that means you have to actually shut some things down. You have to get away from certain conversations and certain people. You literally have to take yourself and be intentional about the time that you spend, the things that you're feeding yourself, right? Intentionality. Reading books like this. I'm reading 2 different books that are heavily on believing. When you're building your faith and building your belief up, you have to be intentional about what you're believing. If you're trying to believe for a breakthrough in your finances, you don't want to be listening to things concerning healing, okay? Because right now, you need to build your faith and belief on finances. If you have issues with doubt, find things to help with overcoming doubt. Be strategic as to what you're building and constantly let it always be running in the back and the forefront of your mind, subconsciously getting into the subconscious mind to where it becomes natural. Just like for many of you, you take the same route to work every day. You don't have to think about it. You could be on the phone. You can be literally doing whatever you want, but you know how to get to your house without thinking about it because it's been programmed in your subconscious mind. So for those of you that are in my business and your goal is diamond and double diamond and all that kind of stuff, well, you have to constantly be putting in the forefront of your mind that that's who you are. You have to be seeing it. For example, how you manifest things, right? So my good friend, She knows what my goal is, right? She knows that I'm building for a diamond. So she gave me this amazing diamond here. Shout out to my girl Rosa, right? So she gave me this diamond. I don't know if y'all can see it. So this diamond right here is on my desk. And I literally look at it every single day while I'm sitting here working. I'm programming my subconscious mind to know that's where I'm going. I'm looking at it every single day. I have it pictured over my home. Why? Because I'm building my belief in where it is that I'm going. And so when you take the time out to study what you're believing for, to accept it as true, and to feel sure of it, it will definitely manifest. It may take some time, but don't let the time frame deter you on the truth, which is, it shall surely come to pass. Which is why Habakkuk 2:2 is one of my favorite scriptures. Because it says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come to pass. So this is bigger than where you currently are in your life. It's bigger than what's manifesting right now. It's bigger than any physical thing. It's bigger than that. And once you understand that your power comes beyond what you currently see, whatever the facts are in front of you, and you can tap into the supernatural, as the book said, the how-to comes together, it develops. Your first job is to believe that it can happen. Believe that it can happen, and God will bring other people and things your way to literally make it manifest. Prove to God and to the world that you're ready for whatever you say you believe in for. Show up. Show up and show up consistently. And as you do that, things literally will change on your behalf. And so listen, if you're someone right now that knows it's time for you to believe bigger, if you're someone right now that knows there's way more to life than where you currently are, and you're looking for a way to get there, if you're someone that you know you were born to be wealthy, you were born to lead other people, you were born to impact lives, if that is you and you want to know how to create more money for you, to change your bloodline financially, you need to get in my inbox. Because I'm going to share with you exactly how you can do that. I'm going to share with you an exact system that is working not only for myself, but for many other people who are seeing great results because they've decided to believe in themselves and do something different, to create a new possibility for themselves, and hence get different and better results. If that's you, whether you're watching live from Facebook or YouTube, you need to get in my inbox on Facebook. Let me help you, and let's get some things going and change lives together, y'all. I'm going to go and get my quick Basia detox here, y'all, and put this here in my water detox for tonight and be about my business. But again, if you're watching me live and you want to make some more money, you want to change your life, and you want freedom to do it, get in my inbox. If you're watching from YouTube, go ahead and email SharithaLeon@gmail.com or go on Facebook and find me, and I'll be more than happy to help you get there. I'm super excited for what is taking place, and trust and believe that everything that I tell y'all is manifesting, and there's so much more to come. So as always, only what? Believe until the end, and go get your life. Be blessed, everybody.
I'm a millionaire, money better cases. I ain't gotta chase it. I'm a millionaire.
Get your money.